It makes logical sense. Like if you think about it, like let's say, oh, I want to build a X amount of money per month business. How many people have that? Not a lot. Ah, I wonder why that is. It's probably because you need an extraordinary amount of effort and sacrifice to get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Welcome to Spaghetti on the Wall, where we throw ideas, see what sticks, and nurture those that do. I'm your host, Armando Leduc, an actor, entrepreneur, and coach, giving you insights that light up your world. We're here to explore the realms of business, marketing, and life, serving up a shot of inspiration with every episode. Ready to make ideas stick and grow them into something great? Let's dive in.
All right. Welcome to Spaghetti on the Wall. I am not Armando Leduc. Armando is not with us today. I'm guesting in today. My name is Will Brooks. I'm the COO and creative director at Leduc Entertainment. Work with Armando on everything we do here at Leduc, and I'm going to be hosting today. Today we are talking with Ryan Phillips from Success Publishing. Is that right?
Yeah.
How you doing today, Ryan?
I'm good. I'm aching. I just come from the gym and my legs are killing me. But apart from that, I'm cool. How are you?
I'm good, man. Are you in the UK? Are you in the States?
Yeah, UK. So I live in Derby. It's most people have never heard of it. It's basically smack bang in the center of the UK. So it's in an area called the Midlands, next to. It's like 20-minute drive from Nottingham. Like people know Nottingham because of Sherwood Forest. They know
Right.
the Robin Hood story.
For
So
sure.
it's basically next to that. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Very cool. All right. Well, thanks for coming on with us today, man. So tell me a little bit about Success Publishing, what you guys do. I was looking at a little bit of information beforehand, but I wanted you to kind of give me the rundown on what you're doing over there.
We just play around on the internet, really. So
That's
we
what we
do,
all do, right?
yeah, play around on the old interwebs. So it's an online business. Kind of like I have two sides to it. So I have a software company and then an education company. And
That's
we
10K
sell,
Formula and Interactor. Is that right?
yeah, Interact is like an interactive video software. And then we have like information products because most of our guys who buy our software are business owners, entrepreneurs, internet marketers. Most people are them. And they buy our software to get higher conversions on their sales funnels, their VSLs, etc. So it got to a point where after we was kind of doing really well with Interactor, our customers would be like, how are you driving traffic? How are you increasing the average customer value? How are you ascending them up the value ladder over the 30, 60, 90 days? And they had these business questions. So we'd kind of, through that, created some programs and some courses and some coaching programs. And that's the kind of the info side. So we have like the software side, the info side. I keep them both separate, and keeps me busy, pays the bills and funds my adventures.
Right on. So tell me about what's your background? Like, how did you get started in this field?
Damn, do you want the long or the short version?
Whichever one you got, man. Short's fine. We don't have to get too deep into detail, but just kind of curious how you kind of got into.
Yeah. Let me give you the short version. So short version is I'm 38. I used to teach martial arts full time up until I was about 27. And our kind of USP with the martial arts school was personal development and character education taught through martial arts. So our like shtick was, we don't just want to make you a black belt at kicking and punching. We want to make you a black belt in life. So we're kind of, that kind of thing. So through doing that, I used to do a lot of personal development. I did it since I was 8 years old. And one of the Christmas parties that we had as instructors, we found out like what our internal value structure is. We'd always do something cool in the day, go for a meal. The older guys, instructors, would go home. Us younger guys would go out and get pissed and just party the night away. Christmas.
Yeah.
I found out my internal value structure was completely different to what I thought it was. As a young man, I thought it was, respect, power, money, whatever. Turns out it wasn't. It was adventure, excitement, growth, contribution, and so on and so on. And the person who was kind of facilitating that exercise was like, hey, if you continue with martial arts, you're either gonna kind of self-sabotage down the line because you would have an internal conflict of values, or you'll be super successful, just really unhappy. And I was like, I kind of back tested it. I was like, okay, so my instructor would always be like, hey, Ryan, you're a great teacher. let's open a martial arts school. Let's make loads of money. Like, we'll smash it. And I would always be like, nah, because I was happy. I was traveling. I was like 3 times world champion, 9 times national champion at martial arts. I was representing the UK in breakdancing. I did that for 13 years, traveled all over the world doing shows and battles. So when my instructor was like, hey, let's go and make some money, let's open a martial arts school, I was always like, nah. And it's because my values of adventure, excitement was higher than respect, money, etc.
Right.
So if it was the opposite way around, I would have been like, yeah, screw this traveling stuff. I'm not getting paid anyway. Let's go and open a martial arts school and make money. So because of that, I started looking at things, what can I do to have more time freedom, more financial freedom, more space freedom. I was reading the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss at the time. So that was kind of knocking around in my head, and then decided an online business would be the best thing. Failed miserably for a few years, got super broke, got into debt, had to get a full-time job that I hated. And then, you kind of find your way, then started doing, okay with the business, and now make it, we do multiple 7 figures a year, does everything that I need it to do. It's pretty, not the most time intensive thing. So I travel quite a lot and have a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. I love it. What martial art, what practice did you do in martial arts? Like, what was your specialty?
It was karate and kickboxing. So we used to teach the kids' classes was Wadaru karate. Then I say it was kickboxing. The adults was more like our own thing, really. We called it kickboxing, but it was kind of like jiu-jitsu, bit of wrestling, boxing. It wasn't MMA because we didn't do a lot of the wrestling and groundwork stuff. It was mainly a mix of all striking martial arts that we'd call kickboxing.
No grappling. It was just, okay, cool.
It wasn't a lot of grappling. Like we had some grappling classes, but I would never teach that because I'm terrible at grappling. I've got short little arms and little legs, so I can't really, can't wrap them around someone's neck very well.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So when did you start the business that you're in now? When did you guys start that out?
Interactor. So the software company, that was 2016.
Okay.
And the info side has kind of been on and off. Like, we'd launch a course, we'd launch a 6-week class, we'd launch a coaching program. And that was until probably 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And then I kind of separated it and just kind of did the info stuff myself. Just because I wanted a business that was super high cash flow, because I wanted just more money to invest. So I was like, what can I do that's super high cash flow that I know a lot of people make good money from? Coaching. I've done classes and 6-week courses before. Let me do that. Do what I normally do. So I kind of went in head first. So I invested. There's a guy called Bass Slot. He was doing $1 million a month at the time. Only a young lad from the Netherlands, like early 20s. So I bought his course. It was like $12K. Then I bought his mastermind, was $40K for a year in his mastermind. So I'm always like, if I'm going to do this, let me just learn how to do it the right way, save time, same energy, and started going down that path and realizing, this is a lot harder than everyone makes it out to be, So I scaled it to a decent level, myself. I got it to like $70K a month when I was doing the sales calls. Then Bass was helping me hire other people so I could get more time back. I'm not very good at hiring or managing, nor do I have the patience or the time for it. It was kind of a bit like, this is shit, because I didn't start an online business to be managing a load of team or to be sat in the office making loads of money. Great, but doing sales calls every day. I didn't do this to get a desk job. Like, I was used to the software business. We set up ads that go to a sales page, people buy. I spend 10 minutes managing the ads each day. We make a shitload of money. Do you know what I mean? So with the coaching thing, I kind of paid to discover this isn't exactly what I really want. However, now I just started it back again a couple months ago, just because I want to get more money to invest in some properties and some housing. But I'm doing it a little bit differently, so it doesn't require as much of my time now. So
is that the 10K formula? Is that the coaching side of things?
Yeah, it was 10K accelerator. So we teach people how to do affiliate marketing, and we help people buy. I guess it's more like a licensing program. So we've got our offer, and we've made with the high ticket offers we've done. in the past, because we do a new one each year, we've done pretty well. We sell quite a lot of them. And then we find that people that are beginners, 9-to-5ers, there's no way they can make a business work unless you're the 1% who, after failing over and over again and getting kicked in the balls over and over again, you're so determined to go, I'm going to stick it out and fail for years and years and years. You know what it's like.
Yep.
We've all experienced it.
That's with anything, yeah.
Yeah, not seeing results, delayed gratification. And the people, that's why there's such a big failure rate in internet marketing, because most of the people that actually do it or start and try and do it, they've got probably a 9-to-5. They've probably got a missus, a wife or husband. They've probably got kids. They've probably got hobbies. They don't just want to stick in front of the computer 24/7 like us weirdos that do it all the time, So no wonder they fail, because they're trying to do a full-on business model that, again, requires all of these skills to learn before you even start making money. There's copywriting, there's video editing, there's content creation, there's traffic generation, there's creating the creative for the copy for the ads, there's customer support, customer fulfillment, accounting. There's a shitload of things you have to learn and do.
Yeah, we do it. We're dealing with that on our end as well. Yeah,
exactly. So we were like, how can we help people the most? Well, they don't have time to do a full-on business model, so let's just give them hours. So we just do affiliate marketing, teach people how to do affiliate marketing essentially, but we just give them our product systems. We do set up the marketing for them. We do the sales for them, and they get a commission. And it's a win-win because, every sale that one of our customers makes, we get 50% of it because they're promoting our product. They can promote whatever they want, but we just make it very favorable that they promote our thing, because we just pay higher commissions than anyone else, and we give them more support than anyone else. And we find that helps people to get started, because instead of learning 100 different things, they just have to learn one thing, which is traffic generation. And we actually give them the content that they can post. So we handle a lot of the traffic generation side as well. If they're just consistent over time, they'll make money and they'll make sales. So that's the 10K accelerator. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, that's real close to what I don't know if you know what we do or not, but we do social media content creation for small businesses, small to medium-sized businesses. We do a lot on the creative side of things, and we also do podcast production for a lot of different folks. And what we always preach to people is, this is not a ROI overnight type deal. Like, this is brand building. This is, it's consistency over time, and it's volume of content. That's really the name of the game. So it's always refreshing to hear someone else saying the same thing. Like
and it's like, do you know, like when if we're having a chat on here and there's people listening or that are thinking about getting started, or business owners, what us marketers are probably all guilty of is saying one thing in our marketing material and our sales copy, because we're not going to say, a gym doesn't market itself by going, you're going to feel like shit, you're going to be really sore, you're going to wish you never came, you're going to waste loads of money because you're probably not going to come for 3 months. A gym doesn't market saying that you market saying the best things and the best possible outcome, and we do the same. But, when there's things like this and podcasts, you can be honest and be like, it's going to take a long time. It's going to be really shit. It's going to be really worth it. You can make millions doing this. If you're prepared to do that, if you're prepared to, let's say, include the negative emotions on the journey so you can be consistent over time, because those negative emotions are going to show up, whether it's frustration, overwhelm, rejection, confusion, feeling of not good enough, unworthy, whatever those things are. And normally when you feel one of those negative emotions, you feel all of them. But it's guaranteed that when you're on this entrepreneurship journey, you are going to feel those negative emotions. And when you do feel those negative emotions, the thing that knocks most people off the path is they go, especially, in this day and age, they go, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel nice. I shouldn't feel this. I'm going to go and do something else.
Stop. Yeah.
But as long as you can go, this is that rejection that I heard about on that podcast, or, this is what frustration must feel like. That's okay. That's normal. Everyone who's where I want to be has experienced that as well. Then you can surrender to the journey, and you can keep going. When those negative emotions come up, which they will, you can go, this is all part of the game. No problem. It's completely normal. And that's, I think, one of the secrets to being consistent over time that will enable you to, reach the top of the mountain or achieve the goal or whatever it is. Do you know what I mean?
I do, and I wonder. Sometimes I wonder why more people like marketers or just people who are selling anything in general, like you're talking about gyms, like why aren't people taking that honest approach? And like I love that with a gym, like hey, sign up,
Yeah.
come work out. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna be sore. You're not gonna want to get out of bed in the morning. You're not gonna want to come back the next day. But stick with it, and it's gonna be the best thing you ever did in your life. Why do we not market things that way? Like why are we so afraid to tell people things are gonna be hard? I was just like things are gonna be hard, and it's gonna take a lot of time.
Yeah, it'd be a good experiment to do. I know some people have done it in the health and fit. That's what P90X did, the Beachbody company, because they come out when every other company was saying, and this is a famous story, you probably heard it, but every other company was kind of being like, you can eat pizza and still lose weight, and you don't have to exercise anymore, and you can lose 1,000 pounds in 3 minutes by buying our product or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then the P90X guys came out. I think they did Insanity was what they called it, Insanity workout, and they were like, don't even think about doing this unless you're a badass motherfucker, because this is serious.
Well, even just calling it Insanity. I mean, that's the name itself kind of sells like the fact that this is nuts. Yeah. Are you ready?
And it's a really good point that you bring up, because I certainly don't do that. Any of my mates, like any of my friends, that if they see me do something and they're like, oh, Ryan, like, what's this about? I'll always be like, these are the pros, these are the cons, these are all the challenges you're going to face. Do you want to play? No problem if not, it's not for everyone. But in my marketing, I don't. I just go, here's all the great, this is the compelling vision.
Be great. You're going to make so much money. Yeah.
I don't know why, actually. I've never really thought about it, to be honest, till you just mentioned it.
And part of me wonders if that would be a better tactic to take, right? If you're going to, taking that tactic, is that going to weed out the people who are going to just come in for, I'm going to do this for 2 months and I'm going to quit. Which we run across with what we do as well. Like the folks that we work with, they come in and they're wanting to increase their brand awareness. They want to increase their visibility on social media. Whether they have a product, whether they're B2B, whatever it might be. And when we have our discovery calls with them, some of the first things we say are like, you got to sign up for this for 6 months minimum. If you're going to do this for 2 months and drop out, you might as well not spend a dime with us, because it's not going to work. You're going to do it for 2 months. You're going to be like, nothing's happening. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, that's fine. If that's where you think you're going to be, then we probably shouldn't even start. Because it's going to take minimum 6 months. It's probably going to take closer to a year to see those results, where you're building an audience, you've built a brand, you're building awareness, you've got a whole ton of video that's available online. So when someone looks you up, all this stuff is there, and it's like, oh, this is a legit company. We try to explain people to that, but we don't really hit that in our marketing as well. And I just talking about that, I'm thinking like,
It always takes longer than what you think as well, doesn't it?
100%.
It always takes longer than what you think. And then, do you know what? I think talking back to the old martial arts days, I would always say, like, if we was doing like hardcore conditioning or like it was like a really tough class, I would always say it's only in the last, like when you get to the edge of your comfort zone, the only time you ever grow is because that's when you have a choice. You can either step back into comfort or forwards into growth. And it's always at that edge where you feel like you're giving 100%, or you feel like you're really going for it. But then it's in the extra little inch is where all the results come. Like Muhammad Ali used to say it, that he would do sit-ups, and when he like couldn't do any more sit-ups, that's when his coach would start counting 1, 2, because that's where all the results come. Everyone gets to there, and it is always in that little bit extra. And it always.
I think I kind of like in that. Have you ever heard the phrase "runner's high"? The runner's high, like when you're running and you kind of. So people that do long distance running, right? Whether they're marathoners or whatever they are. I'm not a big runner, but I've heard this phrase, like, you're running and you get to that point of exhaustion where you're just like, I can't do this anymore. You push through and you get this, I don't know what it is, if it's chemical or what, but they call it a runner's high, where you go past that point where you don't think you can do it anymore. And then you're like, oh my God, I feel amazing. Like it's kind of the same deal. I mean,
Second wind, yeah.
yeah, second win, I guess maybe isn't a way to put it, but when I think of the term runner's high, it's like it's a feeling of exhilaration. And I don't know if it's quite the same thing physically for like, when you're, oh, I woke up today and there's 100,000 followers on my on my
Yeah, yeah,
Instagram feed. Like I finally broke through, but when you do hit that point though, I mean, there is it's a realization of like, oh, this was worth it. I'm glad I stuck through this. Yeah, I just maybe we should be more honest in our
And
marketing.
it makes logical sense. Like if you think about it, like let's say, oh, I want to build a X amount of money per month business. How many people have that? Not a lot. Ah, I wonder why that is. It's probably because you need an extraordinary amount of effort and sacrifice to get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is logical, like, but we never say it. Do you know the people who are listening to this podcast? Are they business owners? Are they aspiring beginners? Like
entrepreneurs, business owners. That's the majority of the folks who watch and listen. Yeah.
yeah. So people will get it. People will get it, and they get the failing over, and part of the game. But it's totally what we sign up for. We love it, don't we?
It's totally part of the game. I was talking to Armando yesterday. And we there was something that happened where one of our VAs had kind of double contacted a couple of our clients on some stuff that somebody else had already contacted them on, and it was like, hey, we got to make sure she knows that she's got to check in our check to make sure that someone hasn't already been contacted before she does. And I was like, yeah, I'll make sure she does. And sometimes it's a real shit show, sometimes it's not. And Armando was like, yeah. Sometimes it's shit. Sometimes it's great. I mean, that's just the name of the game. And you work through the shit to make it to smooth it out. So
yeah.
That's awesome. So tell me what I was looking like. I didn't have a lot of information on you for the podcast. Armando was just like, hey, can you handle this for me? I was like, sure. I'll talk to Ryan. So I saw your website basically from your email address. I went on the website. There's not a lot there. I'm just curious, like, is there a strategy behind that as far, because we're constantly like, oh, we got to redesign our website. We got to, and I'm not convinced that anybody's coming to our website. Like everyone's finding us through social media. Is there a strategy behind kind of that real bare bones, simple website?
Yeah,
just not go ahead.
For me, I just needed something online for when I applied for the business Amex to say I've got a website, because having a nice website, it depends what your goal is. My only goal is to make as much money as possible. That's my goal. And really, I think if every business owner is honest, the reason we get into business is to make money. We don't do it for the fun of it, do we? Do you know what I mean? So if that's the goal, how much does a really amazing website help me to make more money? Well, it does help, but it's number 19 on the list, and these 18 things will make you more money with the same or less, or even sometimes more effort.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, if this is going to make me the most money, that's what I'm going to do. And then if all of these things are done and we're making the money that we want and everything's good and the website's on there, it's like, okay, cool. Like, and also the marketing that I do and everything that I do is direct response. All of it's direct response marketing. What would be the best way to put it? I guess I don't care about if I look good on social media, or if like on this podcast, I'm wearing a hat, I'm wearing a hoodie, I'm wearing
That's
a
hilarious. I was wearing a hoodie this morning, and then Armando was like, hey, can you do this podcast? And I was like, yeah, let me go put a shirt on.
Yeah. and I'm wearing a £30,000 Rolex, watch.
Right.
It's like, if I was trying to make a good impression, because I think that would make me more money, get me more leads, get me more sales, I'd probably, had a shave, smart myself up. But again, in the grand scheme of things, what number of that is going to make me the most money? It's probably number 157. Right. Whereas for me to improve the copy of our ads, or to work on tweaking the hook in the first few seconds of our VSL so more people will watch through, or do a call review of one of our closers, it's like, that's going to produce a massive ROI. So for me, I do have a terrible website.
I wasn't saying it was terrible, Ryan.
It's all good. I think it's shit, to be honest. Like,
Well, I mean, I went on and I was like, okay, this is because I wanted to get some information on you, right? Because I was like, okay, I'm going
yeah,
to interview this guy. Let me find out a little bit about Ryan.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
went to
yeah.
the website, and I was like, all
Yeah.
right,
So the best way is like on Instagram. I put effort into Instagram. So my Instagram's probably got the most information about me.
okay,
And then anything that I do in regards to marketing or sales, because it's all direct response, it's just landing pages, sales pages. It's never a main website. Like when we sell, because we for the last few years we do a thing where we sell like these courses or coaching programs, and we'll kind of plan it out in Q4, launch it in Q1 because that's when we use YouTube ads. YouTube ads are the cheapest. Then Q2, Q3 we kind of chill, and then we'll create a new offer. So like the new offer that we're creating now is a sports betting offer. Never done sports betting in my life, but how we run these offers is we'll bring people in who will contribute to the team, and we don't launch it and share the money. We always do it where it's you eat what you kill. So we've got a guy called Mark Tandon. He'll write the copy for the VSL. We've got the guys who are got a good YouTube following on sports betting. Cool. They're the people that are going to create the product. We got the guy who architects the funnel. We got the person that does the voiceover. We got the person that does the community. And it's like, okay, we've got 8-9 people here. We're all going to do our little bit to get this offer gone, like get it going. And then we're all going to run our own individual YouTube ads. And the people that are amazing at YouTube ads shows the other people how to do it, and let's all make some money. And like when we do that, again, it's like last year, 2023, we did 4.2 million with an offer. Year before that, 4.1 million. And this is in a 3-month period, YouTube ads. The year before that, it was just under 3.4 mil. It was like 3,390 something thousand. And again, if you would see the marketing material for that, you think my website's bad. So because it's literally, it's like it's YouTube ad, and YouTube ad's pretty decent to be fair, and then it's just straight to a VSL and buy on the VSL. And then we have a phone team that upsells on the back for the higher price programs. But it's like we don't even create a website for those offers. It's literally just landing page, people opt in to watch the free training, and the free training is the VSL that has a pitch at the end of it.
right. Yeah. So with the YouTube ads, how like you say you're bringing those numbers, or that's the revenue you're bringing in from those YouTube ads. Is that what?
Yeah, we've spent like 40-50K a day on YouTube ads when we're cranking. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's what I was curious about, was kind of what the spend was on that. Do you do that on social as well, or just focusing on YouTube?
Just YouTube ads. Like I've spent 6 figures a month in the software business just with Facebook, but I couldn't get YouTube ads to convert. But with YouTube to high ticket offers, you can crush. There's a few nuances that you have to do, and there's a few kind of tricks of the trade in order to get it to go well. For example, I'll give one. So yeah. So this is how we scale to like 7 figures a month with YouTube ads, a high ticket offer. And the high ticket offer is always $24.97, so $2,497. So essentially we have 40 different, let's say, ad sets, but that's all created from 10. So basically what you do, and we start on the $5 to $10 per day in spend. So we create 10 different keywords. So if you're promoting an offer that's about making money online, or let's say a business opportunity, you might target the keyword, what's good for us? Real estate, finance, work from home, affiliate marketing, Amazon FBA, et cetera, et cetera. So you'd have 10 different keywords that you'd go for in one campaign. Now those 10 different keywords, or those let's call them audiences that you're going for, out of those 10, we create 5 to 7 ads. Those ads go onto each one of those keywords. So let's say we've got our 10 targets here. Each one of those 10 has got 5 ads that are going. Now, here's the golden nugget. You want to duplicate that campaign set of those 10 audiences 4 times. So you've got, instead of 10, let's say, darts at the board, you've got 40. So you've just got, and it's the same thing repeated 4 times. So if this keyword is affiliate marketing, then in the second lot of 10 campaigns, it's affiliate marketer. It's the same target with the same ads going to it. Then on the third campaign, it's the same target with the same ads. So you do that 4 times. And the reason is with YouTube ads, because there's so much traffic, like you're marketing to trillions of people.
Right.
Billions of people.
Billions, yeah.
You can get trillions of impressions. So like on that keyword, it will say like 8 to 10 T, like on the how many impressions that we can get. And what you'll notice is the same audience with the same ads will get different CPLs. So if you want to scale to 40K down YouTube ads selling to high ticket, you have these 10 targets. You set them all up, duplicate it 4 times, don't touch it for 3 days. Go back in 3 days after, and you'll have wildly different cost per leads. So one will be $18.50 cost per lead, and others will be $3.50 cost per lead. So after 3 days have gone, you just go, okay, we spent a couple $100. We're just going to turn off all the campaigns that aren't in KPI. Let's say KPI is $7 to $8 per day, $7 to $8 cost per lead. So you've gone from 40 different campaigns to 16 campaigns.
And you don't do
3 days. You don't do anything
to figure that out.
3 days enough to figure it out. Yeah. Then you don't do anything for 3 days. So now you're, let's say, a week in. 3 days have gone past, and now you've gone from 16 different campaigns. You just cut the losses. So you go from 16 different campaigns down to 10, then to 5. So over the span of like a week or two, you've got it down. So you've got a handful. You might have 10, you might have 5, you might have 6 campaigns where, okay, the cost per lead is within KPI. It's $8 or below. We can work with that. And you just keep doubling every 3 days the ad spend until you make one sale. As soon as you get one sale, so it might be by this time you've spent, let's say you might have spent 3 to 3.5 grand to make a 2.5K sale. But it doesn't matter because you've spent it over all the ad sets to get the data. But then once you've got that data, the one ad set that produced the 2.5K sale might have had $800 or let's say $800 to $1,500 in ad spend. So yeah, we're in the red, but this campaign, this is a winner. Yeah, this is good. So then you keep going, but every single day you double the ad spend of the winning campaign. So let's say we spent $1,500 on the one that produced the sale to make a 2.5K sale. The next day, that day we just literally go spend 3K. Then instead of looking at every 3 days, the next day you go, oh, we spent 3K in ads and we made 5K in sales. And literally every single day, all you do is take 60 seconds, you just double the campaigns that within the KPI of cost per acquisition. Right. And that's what we've done to scale to 40, 50K a day in ad spend and millions in sales over a 3-month period.
And you find that formula pretty much works every time?
Yeah, the last 3 years, the offer that we did this year, it didn't work out as well. And I think it's because of the offer, not the ad structure. So you end up really, we tell all of our team, you need about 10 grand to test the ads before you can scale. So we spent 10K and made one sale. So we spent 10K to make a 2.5K sale. Not going to work because you need a 2 to 3x ROI in ads to make it profitable at the high levels. If we would have spent the 10K and done 2 to 3 sales, that would have been fine because the campaigns that would have produced the winners would be cool. Because also at that level as well, you've got a 30 to 40 day lock on 30 to 40% of your profits from the merchant account before it gets released. So you have to be operating at least a 2x ROI on your ad spend. So even if you can get it to work and it's tight, but you still got an ROI, you can't scale it to be big because the merchant account will hold a certain amount in reserve. They won't release it for 30 days and you have to tie all of that in. But we'll see how it is this time. So right now what we're doing is we're putting together a sports betting offer. We're going to do the same as what we normally do. In Q1, we'll run the ads. Hopefully make a few million. If we don't, we'll just change the funnel. But we're doing a low ticket offer as well as a high ticket offer with this one as well. Just in case the high ticket doesn't work, we'll do low ticket to break even on the ad spend, and then we'll just send them on the phone to the higher prices. Yeah.
Is this going to be is this like a sports book that you're setting up, or is this like?
Yeah. So basically, it's like so with this, like the low ticket offer, for example, we're going to sell it for $5. It shows people the sports books where you can go. Let's say it's Manchester United playing Liverpool, like
Right.
in soccer, you guys would call it.
Yeah, I know, Man U. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So it's like on this sports book, you bet on Man U. On this sports book, you bet on Liverpool, and you're not going to be rich, but because you've hedged your bets, you are going to make. Oh, I might make $10. I might make $15 on this one. When you do a certain amount per day, so we're doing our guarantee on this low ticket offer, this new one that we're putting together, is if you don't double your money in 48 hours, we'll give you a double your money. It's a double your money back guarantee. But we know that if they do it and it doesn't take a lot of time to do, they'll make a profit. And then if they make a profit and we get them on a phone, they'll just be like, if they can see, oh, I can make an extra couple $100 a week doing this. And we're saying, well, if you want to make a couple of extra $1,000 a week, let's jump on a call. We'll show you how. The conversion rate is going to be massive.
Awesome.
So that's the plan. That's the plan for this.
Very cool.
And we'll see if it works, but hopefully it will. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll change the path. But if it does, it'll be pretty good.
Are you doing is the business, is it primarily UK based, or are you working with folks all over the world, or how is that working for you guys?
All over the world. Yeah. So like with the last offer, which is the current one, which is the affiliate marketing one, it's like I'm in the UK, but I went over to Bali to put the offer together. So one of the guys is in Bali, Jono, he's like the architect. Mark Tandon, he's in the US. We have a guy called Will, who manages the sales team. He's from Dubai. He's from the UK, but he lives in Dubai. He'd be a good person to get on the podcast, actually. He just sold last year, he had an info publishing company. So he was just selling the normal, we'll show you how to do Forex, sell it over the phone, Sam Ovens model. But he sold to private equity last year. And now he just does masterminds. He makes like 300. He does one YouTube video a week and makes like 300K a month just doing, he calls it the Dubai boardroom. Just once one weekend in Dubai, in the apartment complex he's at, and he crushes it. I don't know if he really knows how YouTube works or if he just got lucky with it, or maybe because of his results through selling to private equity, that's why he does well. But like I was saying, when we put these offers together, we'll get someone that manages, like they'll bring one thing to the table. So he would manage the high ticket closers because they'll buy at $24.97. Then we have an 8K, 25K, 50K, and 75K program that we'll sell on the back end as well. So will manage those closers. We have a guy called Dan who writes copy for the low ticket offers and creates the funnels. He lives in Dubai, but he's from Singapore.
Yeah, that's cool. So you're all, you guys, it's worldwide.
All over. Yeah, all over.
Love it. Very cool, man. So, so tell me where do people need to go to find out about like the Interactor, about the coaching? How can people find out about what you got going on? Like, how do they
so if they just want to follow me or shoot me a message, they could just go to ryanphillips.life because that's my personal Instagram. I've got two business Instagrams. One's called Ryan Phillips HQ, but I got a content block, so no one can see my content for, it was 90 days. It's like 60 summit days now. So I made a new one called ryanphillips.biz, and I'm using it as a case study to show how to make sales from an Instagram following with no followers. I think there's 33 followers on there now, but made the first high ticket sale last week, which is cool. So it's a good case study for the students. But ryanphillips.life is my personal Instagram. So if anyone has any questions or wants to reach out, they could just follow me on there or message me on there because I manage the inbox for that.
I'm going to do it right now.
Yeah, man, I'll follow you back. I'll follow everyone back on there. And then Interactor.io, that's our software. It's an interactive video software. So normally if you're selling something online, as people know, if you have video, it converts better than long form sales copy.
100%.
Yeah, but interactive video, on average, outperforms linear, like normal video by 2x because you can kind of divide and conquer. So that's the interactive video software. We're just about to scale ads up on that at the minute, actually. So at the minute, we're spending like $200 a day and making between Facebook fluctuates fucking massively. So we spend $200 a day, and we'll make between like minus $100, like we'll lose money, to plus $1,000. But over the span of a 30-day period, like we do well. We're just testing these campaigns, but we're just about to scale that. Like we should be back to 100K a month in ad spend on Interactor by Christmas. That's what the goal is. Because we was really cranking on that for a few years. Then me and my business partner had a bit of a fallout, and we both stopped. But now we've made up, and we're back on Interactor again. So, but the software's always been live, had updates since 2016. It's a solid software. If anyone wants to increase the conversions on video, just head over to interactor.io. Head over to interactor.io. Don't buy it because it's $197. But you'll get retargeted on a Facebook ad where you can pick it up for $67 with some extra bonuses. So that's probably the best thing to do.
So let me ask you one more question about the Interactor as far as the video stuff goes. Like, is this, are you guys, is software, are you guys involved on the production end as well with the video itself, or how does that work?
Nah, we don't. Like when we first started in 2016, there was one other interactive video software company called Wrapped Media. They actually sold to Kaltura, if that's how you pronounce it. They were bought out, I think, for about 30 million. But their like initial plan was like 10K per year plus a huge amount for hosting. And I wanted to create an interactive video to sell one of my info products. So I got one of my friends who's a coder to say, can you build this? He was like, yeah. So we were like, we're just going to sell it for super cheap so entrepreneurs can do it. And that's a good piece of advice as well. You either want to be the low cost leader or the premium price leader, because everyone in the middle gets squashed. So a lot of people say you should sell your services for high price, but you can make a fuck ton of money being the cheapest person. So one of my friends, Stefan Ciancio, I helped him with ads. He's got a webinar software called Webinar Kit. And Webinar Kit, I think he's got like 25,000 users at the minute now, but his USP is it's just cheaper than everyone else. And he crushes it. Or I have another friend called Brad Callan. Brad Callan would be a good guy to get on. So he just sold his software company, Doodly. Well, he sold it last year to ClickFunnels, to Russell Brunson. He's friends with Russell. Mm-hmm. And he did 40 million. His software is $67, one-time fee, no recurring. He did 40 million in the 1 year prior to selling to ClickFunnels, selling a low price software. It's just a whiteboard doodle animation software. Absolutely crushed it.
It was a
one-time payment, $67. Wow. And that's what we do. Ours is just one-time payment, $67, because you can make a lot of sales doing it that way. And yeah, so I can't even remember what the question was. What was the question? I remember talking about Wrapped Media being the high price.
I was asking about like as far as with interactive video, as far as like the video production side of things, because like that's
that's what I was getting at for the pricing.
Where does that come in?
It's been something for a long time. Do you know what we were saying about a nice website's number 19 on the list or whatever? For us, we've always wanted to do a back end, like a higher priced offering for our interactive video software, because we sell it at a low ticket on the front end. And I've always thought, well, the high price thing is just to partner with a video production company. And for the people that are like, I don't want to create an interactive video, I just want to pay you 5K or 10K and you make it. We pay them to make the video. They put it together in our software. We just give them the embed code. So a long waffling version of, no, we don't. We don't do it, but it is something that I really want to do. So if anyone's got a video production company that can make good videos,
that's what we do, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what we do. We video production is like our name of the game. Like that's the main thing that we do at Leduc Entertainment. Is it's social media content, but it's all video based. Podcast production, it's all video based.
Okay.
We do VSLs. You know.
Oh, we should have a chat. There's a company called Wise Owl that do it good. I think it's WYZOWL, Wise Owl, and they just white label. They've obviously just got video, and they just, because I know that interactive video software they white label, and they have just different white labeled softwares where it's like, if you want a doodle video, we'll create it and it's high price, or if you want interactive video, we'll do it, or if you want social videos, we'll do it. And I've always thought I need a company that can do that, because I've got 30,000 Interactor customers that all bought Interactor because they want to create interactive video. So if I could do a JV with someone and promote saying, hey, if you want us to create your interactive video for you, you know, here's a form to fill out, or let's jump on a call. That would be a good JV.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And Armando is all about the JVs. So I really wish he could have been on the call today, because like all the stuff you're talking about is so up his alley. I'm more on the creative side of things. I do a lot of the copywriting. I do a lot of the script writing for us, and work with the clients one-on-one. We kind of white label the stuff we do with our clients. It's very hands-on, one-on-one type stuff. But the stuff you're talking about is Armando is all about that. So I got to connect you guys, because I know you guys would have probably a 2-hour conversation for sure. But I'm not going to take too much more of your time, Ryan. I really appreciate you coming on, dude. This was awesome. I loved hearing all the information you gave. I got these names down: Brad Callen, Will. That's an easy name for me to remember. I'm going to shoot you an email, and we'll see about getting those guys as well, for sure, man. All right. So we know where to find you: RyanPhillips.live, Interactor.io, both those things on Instagram.
Yeah. RyanPhillips.life. So LIFE. It's just where I share.
Oh, life. Got it.
Yeah, life. I just share life pictures, which is normally food, my mate's goddaughter, taking her to the cinema, or just I buy a lot of supercars. I like supercars, so I'm a car guy, so I just post pictures of them and stuff. But
cool, man. Well, I'm going to connect you with Armando. You guys are going to have a lot to talk about, and he may want to have you back on just so he can talk to you on the show, man. So
oh yeah, man.
Appreciate you coming on, and thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll catch you next time on Spaghetti on the Wall.